A delegation composed of 6 members of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, PACE, has highlighted a series of problems with the June 7 parliamentary elections in a report released after the delegation completed their pre-electoral visit to Ankara on May 6 to 7. The report mentions issues such as unfairness in election campaigns, the obstacle of the 10% election threshold, secure and just handling of ballots and fairness in media coverage, along with serious concerns over President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan's involvement in the pre-electoral campaign despite a clear constitutional provision that requires him to be impartial while in office. The delegation also shares the views of various interlocutors who mentioned the possible misuse of administrative resources, while emphasizing the Assembly's repeated criticism in the past over the issue. Moreover, it is also said that according to some interlocutors, insufficient transparency in political party funding and campaign financing is also problematic. The delegation expressed regret that despite repeated recommendations from PACE and the Venice Commission, the high electoral threshold of 10% has still not been lowered, remaining a major obstacle to political parties entering parliament. According to the delegation, the threshold can have a significant effect on the representativity of the new parliament, because a small difference in votes can lead to a serious discrepancy between the electorate's will and the composition of the Grand National Assembly. It was also remarked that improved conditions allowing Turks living abroad to vote in 47 foreign countries were satisfactory. However, the surveillance of the 24-day storage of ballot papers and the security of their transportation back to Turkey for counting caused concerns among the delegation. The delegation is reported to have had separate meetings with leaders and representatives of the main political parties, members of the diplomatic corps in Ankara, heads of a number of election observation missions, members of the Turkish delegation to PACE, the chairman of the Supreme Election Board, YSK, and many other representatives of important institutions in Turkey. A number of representatives from opposition political parties and civil society expressed their mistrust in the electoral process to the PACE delegation. They were reportedly concerned about the transport of ballot boxes and the security and reliability of the final election tabulation, a process during which observers are not allowed. Moreover, the Radio and Television Supreme Council, RTUK, and the YSK, which are responsible for the proper conduct of elections, are subjects of debate according to the delegation. The delegation thus indicated that the shortcomings previously identified by PACE, particularly during the 2014 presidential elections, have not been addressed. In this respect, the delegation also recalled that all broadcasters, including government-managed Turkish Radio and Television Corporation, TRT, were required to ensure impartial and equal media coverage of the campaign, including political advertising and allocation of airtime. The delegation also mentioned that some interlocutors had reported on the strong links between media owners and political parties. Furthermore, referring to some NGO reports, the delegation noted that serious incidents of hate speech, targeting one political party in particular, had occurred during the election campaigns. The delegation therefore called on authorities to ensure free and safe election campaigns with fair and proper competition. It was lastly reported that a delegation of about 30 PACE observers will return to Turkey in order to observe the June 7 parliamentary elections.